Hey everybody, welcome back to the Disc Golf Show. This is episode 25 of the 2025 season. Today's November 11th, and you know the spiel. This show is brought to you in part by our sponsors. The main sponsor being Final Nine Sports, our local pro shop, and they have two locations, one in Rocklin, California, and one in Orangevale, California. And as always, we always suggest go support your local pro shop. Go support. However, if you are unable to find what you are looking for at your local pro shop, we do have a remedy for that, and that is if you go to discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow, you can get 10% off of your entire order. Few exclusions apply, but they are few and far between. Yeah, guys, last episode there wasn't a ton, but we do have some stuff to talk about this episode. Getting right into it is a big shout out to Isaac Robinson and his wife. They recently had their first child. I believe it was November 5th, 6th. Pardon me on not being completely sure on which day, but just recently, last week. Congratulations to them, and I hope they can enjoy that baby while you can, because they grow fast. Moving on, we did have basically the last big event, which I hinted at last episode, was the Match Play Championship, and we had a couple things that happened. One was Isaac not playing because of his brand new baby, and Chris Dickerson getting in for that substitution. And in all that, Chris Dickerson took advantage and made it all the way to the final round. So he was playing fantastically. His only big upset was in the final round, and it was cool because it went down, I think it was to hole 17. He made a push. He was dormy for the last 3 holes, going into the last 3 holes, and he got a stroke back on 16. 17 was unable to do so and ended up losing to Ezra Robinson. And as for FPO, you had Holyn Handley, who ended up taking out Missy. And you guys, if you haven't watched it, obviously it's on Disc Golf Network. And I believe it was being streamed via YouTube as well, so I'm not sure if it's available there at this moment. But if you didn't watch it, go check it out. It's fun to watch the match plays because there is a different mindset that goes into playing those for the athletes. It's a different style of play. You know, it's kind of an all or nothing a lot of times, especially right out the gate. But yeah, fun event to watch. 3 rounds, narrowed down from 8 to 4 to 2. And, everybody I believe everybody out of those 8 ended up getting some cash in the end. But Ezra Robinson and Holyn Handley, I both believe, got 15 grand take home for them. So big congratulations to them. In addition to that, for Disc Golf Pro Tour news, they have a new event classification for 2026, and that is being called the JomezPro Series. So JomezPro Series ends up being a tier between Q Series and the normal Tour Series events. I mean, that ends up getting us to what? You've got Q Series, you'll have Jomez, you'll have the normals, you'll have the elites, and then obviously there are majors involved as well. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we need another tier in here to distinguish the levels of players between Q and the actual Tour Series events? I'm kind of torn on that. I think if you do another tier, maybe naming convention isn't the most ideal. The JomezPro Series, it's very company branded. I mean, obviously they do a lot of work for Disc Golf Pro Tour and Disc Golf Network, and of course we thank them for that. But having a series, I guess it's similar to maybe the FedEx Cup, possibly something like that on a lesser level for the Disc Golf Pro Tour and the Disc Golf Network, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out. I believe right now they only have 4 events involved in the JomezPro Series, and they are obviously open to expanding that. But this next year, 2026, will be a good test for that to see if that is a viable option to go for expanding and growing the Disc Golf Pro Tour overall. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on to PDGA news, there's a couple things. One is they changed the floor, the rating floor for the FPO division involving major and elite series events. And by that, I mean to get into these, the majority. I think there's one exclusion, and I believe it's the USWDGC, and I'll get to that. But the rating floor for the 2026 majors and elite series are going to move from an 825 rating up to an 850 for FPO. So that will obviously affect a lot of people that want to play in those events, but they still need to improve on their gameplay and their abilities. But will it take away overall? We'll see. I mean, you know, I think the ability to register for the events, that needs to be addressed, and they do so. They have tiered registration and such for a lot of events, but we'll see how that affects the FPO division. But in relation to the USWDGC, they actually lower it. So instead of 825, it's dropping to an 800 rating level for the USWDGC. And, you know, there's a lot of controversy over USWDGC and the Throw Pink event, and if those should switch, if one should be, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of talk between those two events, but it is going to be interesting if and how this does affect the division, the breadth of the division, and who's able to get in, how large the divisions are due to these changes. Again, notes and links will be down below. The biggest thing, though, that I think ultimately will affect PDGA, and this is the last kind of news item, is I just heard today that the IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee, has addressed the fact that they will be banning transgender women in female events for the 2028 Olympics. This is in the process, and so I don't think it's completely finalized, but they're definitely heading that direction, and it looks kind of pretty much finalized. But as we know, I believe the PDGA takes a lot of their rules when it comes to this issue from the larger entities such as IOC Olympics. So it's going to be interesting heading into 2028 if it will be earlier than that or not. Will the PDGA also head down this route? Personally, I don't have to tell you. You already know my opinion on this. Very simply, I honestly think that they should have their own division, if anything. To me, it's an unfair advantage. You can disagree with me. That's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because this is going to be going into effect for the 2028 Olympics, it looks like. So will this affect PDGA moving forward, or will PDGA wait until 2028 to then reassess and do anything involving that? That will bring us to the question of the episode. What is your take? I'm not going to go in depth on this because, you know my point of view. But it is interesting to me to hear from other people, not only people that agree with me, but definitely people that disagree with me more so. Just because I like to hear their points of view and their outlook and reasoning. Big thing, reasoning. What is your reasoning if you do disagree with me? Let me know down below if you think that, no, they should be allowed in those divisions. Let me know. Either way, guys, if you can, click that subscribe button, hit that like, share this if you want. Let me know your opinions down below. But we'll move on to gear and equipment, guys. There were a few approved discs. And again, gear and equipment comes to you from one of our sponsors of the show, Disc Golf Deals USA. So if you do hear of any of these discs and are interested in them, go to Disc Golf Deals USA, see if they carry them. And if you go to discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow, you will save 10% off of your entire order. So again, if you're looking to get a basket for your backyard, a cart, you're tired of carrying around a bag. If you just want an upgraded bag, a new bag, any of those big items, get that 10% off, save that money. But we'll move in here. So approved yesterday, November 10, there were 4 discs. One is from a company we've heard of. The other 3 is a new company. So the first one is from Bernoulli. The disc is called the Bailey Roller. So if you're curious about that, again, all these links will be down below. But yeah, so Bernoulli has the Bailey Roller that was approved. And then as for the new company that has, not necessarily, I don't want to say come in strong because it's 3 discs, but you know, it's a good lineup. I believe it's a putter, mid-range, and driver, is Swift Flight. SWIFTFLYTE. And their 3 discs are going to be the Coastline, Ground Control, and the Wayfinder. So if you guys are interested, it's always fun to see these new companies pop up, new manufacturers. Sometimes they get absorbed by bigger manufacturers. One of our more local brands, manufacturers, AGL, they are now, their discs are made by Innova. So a lot of times these smaller companies get some support from the players and they start to grow, and then the bigger companies go, you know what, we'll help you out with your production line. But yeah, check those out. As for recent upcoming releases, we know, you know, the Discmania Mystery Box, a lot of those are getting sold out now, the 5 different versions. You have the Gyropalooza MVP box, and the most recent is the Discraft Luna Battle Pack. And those pre-orders are actually available now from anywhere you go. Again, discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow. And they will be available on November 21st. So if you do want to get your hands on them, there's a variety of plastic options that are mysteries until you get them. So that'll be interesting as to what you get. Hopefully we can get our hands on some. But that box is for the 2 discs is going to be $49.99 for pre-order. So go check that out. Again, save 10% at discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow. As for other products, you know us, we love our footwear, and the 2 companies we always suggest to go check out are Vessi and Ideo Sports. Go check them out. They're definitely different style shoes between the 2 manufacturers, the 2 companies. But you know, it depends on what you like. Depends on your style. Everybody's got their opinion and style that they like to lean to. So again, links will be down below for those. And we'll move on to the mailbag here. There aren't obviously any outside of local smaller events. There aren't any big events that are happening. Actually, one big shout out really quickly to Silas Schultz on his Q Series win recently. But moving into the products and videos that we always suggest to go check out, it is getting cold out, guys. I know there are those little hand warmer packs that you can get in pairs that you can, you know, rub together or crush up, and they warm up, heat up. Another option, though, however, if you don't want to just carry a bunch of those around, is going to an older friend of the show, Okupa. So Okupa, O-C-O-O-P-A. That link will be down below as well, .com, okupa.com. And they have the electric hand warmers. And those vary kind of from 25 bucks to 43. A lot of them have multiple settings. Some of them actually function as battery backup chargers for your phone if you need some battery, if you aren't using it to warm your hands. So go check those out. It's always good to keep your hands warm. That way you can feel that disc when you are throwing it. And as for the video that we are going to suggest for this episode, it's always a safe fallback, guys. It's Simon Lizotte. Actually, the video that we're talking about is via Casey White's YouTube channel, though. I sure haven't seen it yet, but I'm not sure if Simon has his out, but this video that's on Casey White's YouTube channel is about them designing a new course. So I know it's mile marker, I think it was 82. Yell at me if I'm wrong, that's fine. But they're in the process of designing a new course. I love seeing actual disc golf pros designing courses because you get their personal take on what a course should be, and you get the other athletes that end up trying that course out and criticizing it from their point of view. So it's always fun for everybody. But yeah, go check it out. That link will be down below. If you go to Casey White's YouTube channel, you can see it there. And again, we'll have the link. Outside of that, guys, it's a fairly short episode, but I hope you are enjoying these versions, this new style of disc golf show. And I really appreciate all the support and comments involving the changes that are happening with us. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. We'll move on here to what we all know that you love is saving money. If you're looking for a new bag and you are fond of the Upper Park disc golf bags, you can go check them out. And if you use code Disc Golf Show, you can save some money there. Again, good supporter of our show. Thanks again for this whole year to Disc Golf Deals USA. Again, I've said this multiple times already. DiscGolfDealsUSA.com/discgolfshow. Get 10% off of your entire order. Some exclusions do apply, but if you're looking to save some good money, you're looking at buying a good chunk of discs at one time, get that 10% off. Get a basket, get a cart, get a new bag, get some clothing, anything. Go to DiscGolfDealsUSA.com/discgolfshow for that 10% off. And as always, we really appreciate our local pro shop, Final Nine Sports, with their 2 locations. If you are in the Sacramento, Northern California area, there are 2 locations for Final Nine. One is in Orangevale and one is in Rocklin. And if you have any suggestions, any tips, anything you'd like me to discuss or mention, you can send us an email at discgolfshow@gmail.com, and I can add that into our next episode's show notes and help highlight anything that you would like to see. Again, thank you so much. If you can, hit that subscribe button. We're growing. When we hit these mile markers, we'll do more giveaways. I love giving back to the community, especially those that support us. And hit the notification bell if you like this and you want to be reminded. Hit the like button, share this with your friends. That's always appreciated. And thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in the next one. All right, guys. Have a good one.